Okay, hi guys, welcome to the new episode of the Pep Talk series. Right, today I have my friend Andrew. I knew him from football, I think way back. I think that back then I was only maximum 19 to 20, I think about 3-4 years ago. Why I chose him to come to the podcast, he was the first few people I thought of because I didn't know he had a full-time job. I thought he was full on into entrepreneurship, right? I knew he was handling Foptics, you know, the spectacle shop, and a few other businesses also. Saw him at Tanjong Pagar about 2-3 years ago, back then when I first started out in financial advising career. So today, okay, we have him on board. He'll be sharing with us, okay, his whole journey, his whole experience, and why he even chose to do entrepreneurship together with a full-time job. Bro, can you just share with us your whole journey up to now, and when do you start your entrepreneurship journey?
So firstly, I know Sean for a couple of years. He was 20, unfortunately I wasn't 20 when I first knew him. So I'm much older than Sean, I'm 32 this year. I have a full-time job with a large Swiss engineering conglomerate, and at the same time I do have certain side businesses that I started some couple of years back with some friends. At the same time I do have new things upcoming and ongoing also. So my journey so far, I graduated from NTU 2016, did mechanical engineering, hated it, didn't enjoy any modules, partied like crazy in NTU. That was my major in Zug. I didn't have a clear direction of what I wanted to do. All I could do to fill up that kind of boredom was to party hard and get to know more people and play football. The only thing that I knew from the start was that I wouldn't want to do engineering, but I want to go into sales. When I graduated, I thought that, okay, I want to do sales and I don't want to waste my degree, so I would go into engineering sales. And the reason why I wanted to do sales was because when I was 16, just before JC, I did a sales job. I was working for Panasonic. I was selling refrigerator and washing machine.
Best tanky.
I was at Courts, Bukit Timah Courts actually. Yeah, so that one was quite epic because it is the rawest form of sales. Yeah, it's like your tornado mop plus your refrigerator and your washing machine, right? This kind of sales, right, is the most raw form of sales already.
Yeah. Those hi ma'am, hi sir, can I help you? Then they were like, oh no, just looking.
Yes, correct. They were, oh no, just looking. Or, oh, I want to get a fridge, but I don't know what brand. Then I'll be wearing the Courts t-shirt. Nobody know I work for Panasonic, right? Then I'll tell them, hey, you must buy Panasonic, you don't buy Samsung. You don't buy. And I really liked it, even though it was very taxing. Got like 40-year-old uncle on a fight with me when I'm 16 years old because I get his sales all. Yeah,
in Courts?
Yeah, in Courts.
You were fighting
Courts? It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, but I enjoyed that, talking to people, helping them solve a problem, presenting a value, and closing a deal. So I liked that feeling. So, but of course, there are other raw parts I didn't like. So I felt that if I were to work for a big company doing sales, especially engineering, then it will be more based on solutions and ROI, return of investment, so that it's not so raw. Yeah. So graduated from NTU. Unfortunately, no big company wanted to hire a fresh grad as a sales engineer. So I joined a local company in logistics. I managed to grow the business with the company. I was handling the pharma and med devices customers. 2 years into that role, I left and then I joined my current company. This is my third role in 5.5 years. I started out as sales also. So as an account manager, they gave me a list of accounts and clients because the company is big. So everybody knows my company. It's called Hilti. You see the red vehicles with the logo moving around Singapore also. Right? So they give us a list of accounts. So I wasn't meant to like hunt for new accounts. I just have to take care of these accounts and grow it. I started as an account manager, did that for about 1.5 years. Grew the business quite well, so they gave me an opportunity to move to marketing. Moved into marketing as a product manager, and then COVID hit. Full crisis mode. Had to find ways to help the company make money when there was nothing ongoing. So everybody was on lockdown, chilling at home. I was on lockdown, but working like 12 hours a day. That gave me an opportunity and a platform to shine. Did that for 2 years, and because the business was sustainable and was growing, given another opportunity to transit back into sales, but as a team lead. Yeah, so now I'm a team lead at my company. I manage a team of 9 people.
How does your company compensate you? There's a base pay and also there's a performance.
Yeah, so my company, in every role there is a base pay and then there is a bonus tag to it based on performance. Because I was in marketing and because there was a hiring freeze and also of course a freeze on everybody's packages without having any changes, I had to do multiple roles without having a change in compensation. In fact, a pay cut because of the COVID thing. I almost left, in 2021 when a better opportunity came about, but I stayed on and then they offered me something to make up for it. So whatever they shortchanged me in that few years, they made up for it.
I mean, that is on his corporate career journey, but when do you start this whole entrepreneurship thing? I think that's what people want to find out more. Although the engineering whole thing is interesting, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but this whole entrepreneurship, I also don't know how I got to know. But suddenly he told me that I think I posted one photo. I was at Foptics. Then he suddenly come and say, "Bro, that's my shop." I was like, "Whoa!" Say my name, then give you a discount.
Well, I never so gangster lah, bro. Okay, Foptics was started somewhere in 2016, 2017 or so. So Foptics has a bit of history even before I joined. I am one of the early co-founders, but with a minority share, helping on the strategy. And at the start, of course, very hustle. Now I'm hands off. It started because when we were in uni, right, I had a very good friend. He wanted to make glasses. He realized that, wow, I go to every optical shop and it cost me a couple of $100s to make glasses. Whereas if I source myself from different countries like Korea, Japan, China, and then I order in some lenses, and then I even outsource and ask somebody to cut for me, right? My cost is nowhere near that kind of level where it's reasonable margin in any industry.
Okay.
So if you look up optical and spectacle business, right, the margins is quite crazy, right?
60%, 70%?
No, that's the thing. It's way more. It's way more than that, okay? So that's why there was a bit of controversy on the whole spectacle industry also.
Okay.
Because there is one company that's controlling all the frames, but I will not get into that.
Does it start with O?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
Yeah. You all can go and search it up, but spectacle industry can look deeper into it. My friend started making glasses for himself and started telling friends in school that, hey, if you want glasses, I can make. Don't go and pay $100 over, $200, $300 for glasses.
Bring value to the market, okay?
That's right, yeah. I bought a pair, support friend, right? So I bought a pair and then I wore it. And then I wore it for like 6 months, 8 months. Then, of course, the quality, I don't expect it to be like the branded glasses. But if I pay $300 for a pair of branded glasses or $400 for a pair of branded glasses and it lasts me 3 years, then I pay $50 and it lasts me 6 to 8 months or 1 year, even if I take care of it.
Right?
It's fair, right? Super fair. And then somehow I can buy multiple pair.
Yeah.
Then I wear different types for different occasions.
Yeah.
So I thought, hey, actually this one can do business, right? So I approached my friend. He said that, hey, this is my passion. Don't make it into work. Make it into work, then not passionate already.
Okay.
So that's what he told me, right? So from what I understood, right, his schedule was quite crazy because he's a engineering scholar.
Okay.
So he had to serve a bond with a construction company in Singapore. He had to do that for 2 years, and then at the same time at night he's cutting glasses, cutting lenses, right?
But doing this
selling
out of
glasses.
passion.
Doing this out of passion. So
Like for his friends only or online?
no, he
website?
started doing a website and selling to friends already. So maybe revenue was like maybe 1,000, 2,000 a month kind. Just as a small side business. So I said, you can make it big, and then he said, no, this is passion. You know, if you involve business into it, it no longer becomes a passion, it becomes a chore sometimes, right? And then other people get involved also. He told me that, and then for 6 months, radio silence. So I said, okay lah, I accept lah, fine lah, it's a good business idea, but if it's your passion, then no lah. I think 6 months to a year later, he called me. He said, hey, remember that idea you're floating around? Let's do something. Okay. So I said, okay lah, let's get together. He said, okay, I have another friend who is a financial advisor. He said, 3 of us come together.
Okay.
I will sell you guys some shares. And then we brainstorm together of how to work this out. The financial advisor friend was a co-founder of another business also. So he has some experience in the area.
Okay.
So 3 of us sat down together and then we started this business. Yeah. Interesting journey also. We started online, started selling. We had, I think, 500 5-star reviews on Carousel.
Wow.
At the start. So at the start, before we even build up a healthy revenue, we had 500 Carousel reviews, 5-star reviews. And then we realized that in Singapore, you need to have a shop and an optician if you want to sell glasses officially. So we were thinking, okay, we just need to set up something like a shell shop lah. Like I just put something out there, but my main business still comes from online. So we went to our first shop, which cost me very low cost in a very unknown mall. Maybe 1/5 the size of this room, super small. Then we hired a part-time optician who was like retirement age, just wanted to do something.
70 years old uncle.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, 60 plus 70 years old uncle. Okay. With the online marketing, we started having people come to the shop. And then we started getting the shop super crowded. So we were in a dead mall where everything is dead except us.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that was pretty fun. And then we realized that no lah, we have to move out lah. So we started going to Chinatown. From there, we moved to another Chinatown shop because the lease got too expensive. And so now we have one Chinatown shop, we have one Singpost shop, Singpost Center shop, we have one Changi Business City, and the last one is our office/showroom at Commonwealth. So now we have 4. So quite an interesting journey.
Back then, I only knew there was like one, the Chinatown one.
Yes, correct. So over the past few years since I met you, we managed to expand to 4 now.
Okay.
Most important thing about it, I think, is bringing value. What we realized was that the reason why the margins are so high for glasses in Singapore is because most of the competition relies on brick and mortar, including your neighborhood optician. Right? So if you think about how we used to buy glasses when we were young, right? It's like my parents bring me to some random neighborhood shop which has no online presence.
Yep.
No marketing efforts.
Yeah.
They just have been there for a long time. Then they have maybe 2-3 customers enter a day.
Yeah.
Then your shop rental costs how much? How do you make that money to cover your costs? You have to sell expensive. It's not like they wanted to cheat everybody and earn profit margins. It's just that the nature of the business was such that the costs were very high. Customer acquisition was higher than the product cost. So we were thinking, how do we streamline this customer acquisition cost into a lower one based on the business model, so that we make reasonable margins on the product and bring that value to the customers. So that's why we are using online to drive the business. The shops are there for people to try and see, but the sustainable business comes from online. Because the more you want to grow your business, that means I have to open more shop, hire more people. Then it is capped to a certain kind of revenue and margins that I can earn. So the way to make it uncapped is to go online. So that's the main model. The main thing about side hustling, right, is also find a job where you can learn good things that you can bring to your side hustles, and vice versa also. Okay, because it's supposed to work in synergy. If it doesn't, then it becomes hell of a chore.
Okay, so I mean, this is only one business, but you mentioned you have multiple other businesses as well. Right.
So I currently have 3. Foptics is one of them, which I'm more or less hands off. Second one that I started was in 2021. We do ballet shoes. It's quite niche. Usually I try to do things that are a bit niche. The ballet shoes business is dominated by maybe 4 to 5 major brands worldwide. Out of these 4 to 5, right, there were 2 that is quite popular in this region, especially Singapore, Australia. And one of them, because of COVID, I think the cost increased, the quality was decreasing, as well as stocks were hard to come by, quality was decreasing, so customers weren't happy. Second one, the new generation owner took over. I think there was less interest in this area of the business. So also stocks decreased, and in fact stopped selling in certain areas. Right? So I met up with a friend to catch up. She owns a ballet studio, and she said that, hey, there's this problem when it comes to business. On my business, I have a couple of 100 students, and whenever they want to get shoes, because kids grow up fast, right? And I have a shortage. Then I said, like, then why don't do something yourself? Yeah, so we started brainstorming, getting in touch with certain suppliers and vendors, comparing vendors from different countries, and then we settled on one, and then we started supplying not just to her studio but to other studios also. Yeah, so it is a win-win for her, because now she has an additional business that is separate from the studio. At the same time, we solve her studio's problem, which is a win-win for our business also, which means that we immediately have a profitable business, because I have my first big customer. We help her to solve the stock problem, at the same time get some margins from the shoes. Yeah, so that is a different business.
But this opportunity just landed right in front of you because of a friend, right?
Yeah, so it's also about networking with like-minded people, good friends. I knew her for 10 years before I started the business. Now we are selling in Singapore, Malaysia and Bulgaria.
This ballet?
Yes.
Wow, So she is teaching this students.
She's teaching.
And also
that one is separate.
Separate.
Yeah, separate. The ballet shoes business ops more or less for sales and everything is still under me. For her, she brings in the context because she's quite renowned, so she knows quite a lot of people. So she brings in the leads and all that lah. Yeah, as much as possible, we try to not get her so involved in the ballet shoes business, because ultimately she has her own studio. So my customers are actually her competition so we don't want to cross that line. Yeah, so I try to create a proper segmentation.
Okay, then this is the second one. Then there's one more.
Yes, one more very, very recent. In fact, just formalized last month.
But cannot share yet lah.
Can share. So when it comes to business, right, I have a few areas that I'm interested in. Okay, there are things that are consistent, right? They are always profitable. Weddings. So because weddings are super consistent. So I have a friend who does some wedding stuff also. He does wedding car rentals. Which is also a good business. It's called Wonder Rides. So if you all can check it out. WUNDER, then rides. I had my car rented out with them also. So what they do is that they create a community of car owners. and then they rent out the cars specifically for weddings. So nice cars they will put on their listings lah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have a bit of
So what car do you drive now?
I drive CLA only. CLA. Yeah. Mercedes, but small one.
Okay.
Yeah. But nice sporty. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So weddings always profitable. So that's why I was helping my friend do a couple of things also. But now he's doing it. And then funerals.
Okay, yeah.
Because funerals are always consistent.
Yeah.
Yes, like for sure have one, right? But it's not easy to get into. Then you want to do business that has to do with beauty and fashion.
Beauty and fashion, okay.
Yeah. Because people don't spare any expense on beauty and fashion. Then after that is pets.
Pets.
Yeah. Pets is also a business area which is good to do.
Okay.
But very, very competitive. Right? And then last one is kids.
Kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
So ultimately, right, I have an involvement in a bit of weddings because of my friend.
Yep.
Then I have kids because of the ballet shoes.
Yep.
Right. I have a bit of fast fashion because of Foptics. That's our aim, to make it become fast fashion. And then this one next is to do with beauty. Okay. So there's a whole plan in place. But right now, what we've done is we've managed to get distributorship for some kind of aesthetic devices from the US. Right. So in the US, they are selling pretty well. And then we managed to get distributorship for Singapore and China. Right. So now we are starting to set up how we want to run the business over here. There is already Carousel selling a few pieces already. There's also Shopee already. Because the guy who wrote me in started it a bit already. Yeah. Then soon I will start doing all the influencer marketing and pushing things out. Okay. It's called Celluma, Celluma. In the US, they sell two sides of the business. Number one, to aesthetic clinics. So you have UV light devices that help you to do your facials and hair loss and everything. At the same time, they have small ones that they sell for consumers at home.
What was the feeling getting started? Was there any fear involved?
To be honest, in Singapore, right, if you want to start up anything, right, it's very easy. I can say that Singapore is probably one of the few areas in the world, right, where you can start a business easily and you can make money out of anything. On questions on capital and time and money, right, it's always a balance between the two, right? If you have a lack of time, then you need more capital to start a business. An example will be paying someone to build a website for you at $10,000 versus learning it yourself over 2 weeks, soaking yourself in YouTube videos and learning how to do it. Wow. So to start up things in Singapore, very easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just need to
hustle.
Okay.
You just need to hustle.
Yeah. Right. And you're running multiple businesses, have to meet different type of clients. How are you spending time with your family?
Okay, number one, I sleep very little. I usually sleep about 5 hours a night. 4 to 5 hours.
How long has it been?
Since forever. I don't even remember how long.
Since the clubbing days.
Yeah. I sleep 4 to 5 hours a night.
Holy cow. Okay.
For me, time can be found. The thing is that you need to be very disciplined with your scheduling also.
Yep.
At least on weekdays, right? Everything is planned out in the calendar.
Yep.
So if anything last minute comes up,
okay, no,
yeah, you can ask my friends also. They last minute ask me go out for drinks or everything, right? It's like, guys, I'm sorry, but can y'all plan in advance in future?
Let me know 3 months in advance.
No lah, not so long lah, but
How
at least 1 week lah.
1 week.
At least 1 week, right? So I can shift stuff around.
Yep.
That's number one. So I plan my calendar on a day-to-day basis, and because I have so many things, right? The only time where I know what's going on the next day is the night before before I sleep, right? I open my calendar. Okay, this is what I have tomorrow, and this is my route of advancement, and then block out time for everything. So even if I have to prepare for a big presentation, I block out time in my calendar to prepare for a big presentation, and anything else that comes in is a distraction. You have to have the discipline to say no, right? Then you also have to prioritize what are the main goals. My sacrifice on sleep is more on entertainment and leisure, not from work.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I were to sleep 8 hours a day, right, that means I'm only just working and sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I want to watch a bit of Netflix, I want to spend a bit of time with my wife, right, then I will sleep less.
Okay.
So that's the crux of it.
Okay. Nothing to eat into work, just eat to sleep. Right? You can sleep when you're dead. One of my friends told me that before. You can sleep when you're dead. I mean, I found my mentor by chance, right? Did you find a mentor by chance, or you were seeking someone?
I found my mentor by chance also.
Okay.
It was my boss, who was my general manager. Now she's based in Austria. That's why when you called me, I was in Austria to just pay her a visit and then have a holiday. So I found her through the company, and she was my boss, and I was very aligned with many things that she practiced in terms of leadership and business. So it was not a formal mentorship per se, but we always make time for each other.
But you all have chemistry. She doesn't do that for everyone, right? If not, she has no time for herself also.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. I mean that's for me also. Recently, I found another Chinese guy, a Chinese 老师. He came to AAG to teach Chinese. wow, this guy has wealth of experience, like legit damn smart.
Yeah.
He's like what, close to 48, 50. He's still learning AI. He's still going for courses. I'm like, 老师你还要学什么？还有东西学没？当然有啊。
Yeah.
Okay, so I think just sum it up, right? Some of the key lessons you can add on also is one thing, you like what you're doing, go and experience different things. You found that sales is something that you really like to do, so you pursued it.
Yeah.
Okay, you read a lot. Just nice, you had a mentor. You read a lot of the different type of experience, either from people or is it online or from different businesses. Are there anything else we can summarize for those viewers out there?
Yeah. Number one, start with the end in mind. Always have your objectives very clear and try not to steer away from it.
Okay.
Of course, priorities in life change, but 70% of the things that you plan out should stay within that same general direction.
Okay.
Right? Then that 30%, maybe you got family planning or whatever, then it changes. But start with the end in mind. Be it for your corporate work or be it for your business that you want to start. Always start with the end in mind. What's your end goal? And everything else is a distraction. Right? And every plan and every step you take should be towards the end goal. So that's number one. Number two, prioritize your time and your agenda and know when to say no. And the way that you do that is also tying back to your objective. If let's say I'm somebody that wants to grow my career in corporate like what I shared, right? And then suddenly I have to commit extra 20% of time to my startups, then I will say no lah, because that's not my objective, right? So you have to plan and prioritize your time
And
also.
know how to negotiate also sometimes.
Yes, correct. And be very, very disciplined with time in terms of where you spend your time, right? I think those are the main two things. Number three, if you want to start anything, take a leap of faith. Do the homework first, but take a leap of faith. A lot of people steer away from starting a business because they say like, oh, what if I do this, what if I do that? Then I have no stable income. Yeah, Singapore make money, you can do a lot of things to make money. Right? Yeah, there are even people that drive Grab to earn a certain income so that they can sustain a startup to grow it, right? So take a leap of faith. Never try, never know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think just add on, be okay to pay the price. Yeah, I think a lot of people, they think it's 理所当然, you know. I think back then when I was younger, I thought, wow, you know, normally natural progression, once I start working, I can buy a car. A car already how much, right? 2,000 to 3,000. Then easy, buy condo, right? Stay landed. I thought it's 理所当然. It's just the price that my parents are paying, which I didn't really see. Yeah.
Actually, that's the thing. A lot of people have the mentality that everything will play out well and everything turns out okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not the case. You need to sacrifice things to make it happen.
Okay. Can. Okay, so I think in the interest of time, if you all got any questions, okay, just put it in the comments. And if I have to invite Andrew, okay, I'll invite him again.
I'll make the time.
I'll find a time.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's the end of this session. Okay, I'll catch you all in the next interview. Thanks, guys.